Who we missed? Oh. Cat, there you are. I thought you were. Oh. We'll call the meeting to order. Any additions or deletions to the agenda? I have so. We'll make that H4. Anything else? Not, can I motion to approve the agenda with the amendments? So moved. Second. Any discussion on the agenda? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, sorry, Peter.
Aye.
Aye. No. Okay, so what we do is you put the delegations and the presentations up first, so they don't have to sit here all night long. So Dan, we will invite you right up here, right to the front. Thank you. Tell us about your initiative. Just don't ask for any money tonight.
I can do that next meeting. Isn't that better to sit or stand?
Yeah. No, you can sit.
Okay.
You can sit.
Well, Your Worship, members of the council, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having me attend today. My objective is to introduce you to the new West Nova Chamber of Commerce that's recently incorporated since July 1st. It covers Digby County. We felt that there was a need for a new entity that was full of energy and excitement that could do some beneficial things for the town and assist. We came together very quickly. We have a very strong board of directors, very enthusiastic young people from our community, as well as some of us with gray hair. And our objective today is to enlist your support and goodwill and feelings towards us. We would like to have the mayor or a representative attend our formal kickoff meeting on July 25th. It's a Tuesday night at the Nova Scotia Community College. It will be 1.5 hours, and it'll be a complete introduction to who we are. Each of the councillors, members of council, will speak to the people there. We're expecting 25 to 30 people to be in attendance. And we especially would like to have a liaison officer from the council to work with us. So if we have somebody that wants to volunteer, we'd be happy to take applications for that. And the first one in is approved. So yeah, we'd like that because we really do want to work closely with the town. I did submit the bylaws and an overview, so I assume that some of you have had a chance to look at it. And I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but we're quite enthusiastic about this. We're having ongoing management meetings on a daily basis. We have formal council meetings once a month. We have formal membership meetings once a month. And we're reaching out to other boards of trade and chambers of commerce in the area so that we can bring people together to work in a unified direction. I'm new in Nova Scotia. I'm new in Digby, and I love the place. And I feel that as a new citizen of the town, I want to do my contribution to help work together with the town to make it a better place. And I'm not going to take up a lot of your time because I know you've got a busy schedule. I heard there's going to be a long meeting tonight. So, so I could easily switch now at this point to questions and answers if anybody has a question about what we're doing. So I'm open for questions.
So we've had a big area board of trade.
Correct.
So what makes you different?
Well, a lot makes us different. Thank you for the question. What makes us different is we have a full-time CEO. We have a part-time treasurer assistant who's magnificent in social media marketing. What's different is we have 8 team members working together. We have a totally different mission and a totally different approach to things than the existing Board of Trade. I don't want to take shots at the Board of Trade, so I'll just say that I don't feel that they fulfill the role that's needed for this town. What's needed is a level of enthusiasm, excitement, belief in the town, and people that want to go to work to make things happen. It's not an old boys club that just meets once a month and has dinner. This is about an organization that loves the town, wants to make things different. So we're totally different in structure and management in regular meetings and regular management meetings and ongoing meetings. I think that's a huge difference from the existing Board of Trade.
So, you're covering Digby County.
Digby County,
As far as Salmon River, Bear River, Digby Neck.
that's right. Now, to explain that further is the Digby Board of Trade is incorporated under the Boards of Trade Act and governed by the Boards of Trade. West Nova Chamber of Commerce is incorporated under the Not-for-Profit Act, which is a federal act that we're accountable to. So we're different legislation, different requirement, different governance. So that makes us considerably different. And the opportunities are greater. In respect to the territories, the Digby County, as you know, overlaps into Clare. It overlaps into Bear River, Weymouth. I'm not yet in contact with Weymouth, but I am in contact with Bear River, who are friendly and will be coming to the kickoff meeting. I am in discussions with Clare, and I believe that we're going to have a very harmonious relationship. For one thing, they will not join the West Nova Chamber of Commerce because of price, because we're more expensive, considerably more. Another thing that's different is we don't rely on the Atlantic Chamber of Commerce for their benefits. We're negotiating a separate benefits package, and I'm finding the business community is very cooperative with that. Canada Life is offering a better deal than what the chamber plan has. And the people that I am talking to, software companies, are very interested in offering large discounts. Other thing that's different is we're running a self-improvement public speaking course starting September 14th, and it's no charge to members. It's a course that's $400 if you're not a member. It's a considerable membership benefit. We're very keen on working with the community, getting great response from the Nova Scotia College, Nova Scotia Works, the REN agency is enthusiastic about what we're doing. They have to be impartial, but that doesn't stop them from being enthusiastic about what we're doing.
And we have to be somewhat impartial too.
Absolutely, as we do. We can't promote any politician. That's part of our bylaws. We understand that. But
and you mentioned the liaison officer.
Yep.
One thing we have been advised by our attorney a number of times over the years is we don't sit on outside boards from our council. Maybe it might be a funding.
This would not be on as a member of the council. This would be as somebody who's a communication person that communicates what we're doing, communicates what the town is doing. We will be very active in social media and would be a huge benefit to the town in promoting what the town is doing.
One of the things I've always said, we don't hear from business community. And we should, because we're sitting here making decisions that affect them.
That's right.
But they don't offer a lot of it. Although some of us business people here, still in here. Any questions for Dan?
You mentioned, Dan, that the membership fees are what's the difference between the memberships between the Board of Trade and
Thank you for the question on our fees. For instance, the Digby Board of Trade is $75 membership fee. We have a $75 membership fee for a single person identity. So depending on the size of the business, it starts at $150 and goes up to $350. So we're considerably more expensive. Bear River is, I think, is $10. Clare is $50, and you know what the Digby Board of Trade is. Yeah. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
So are you expecting Bear River and Clare to join this organization or just work with them?
Well, that door is open. We certainly would love them to have a member because we firmly believe they need a voice. And when the boards of trade and chambers of commerce come together, it becomes a more unified voice. I'm not seeing the advantage to the Atlantic Chamber of Commerce. That's in New Brunswick. That's not Nova Scotia. I think that we in Nova Scotia are important to ourselves. It doesn't mean we shouldn't cooperate with any other entities, but what it means is we need to be Nova Scotia focused.
In the past, Halifax Board of Trade or Commerce, you haven't reached out this way in the past.
Yes, I've been in discussion with the Halifax Chamber of Commerce. I like them. Initial conversations was when I was with the Digby Board of Trade, and we discussed finding ways to work together then. So I don't see that anything will change. If anything, will be improved, because unlike the little boards of trade around, they don't have a full-time CEO. I'm not a director of West Nova Scotia Chamber of Commerce. I'm a full-time CEO hired who works for free until I can afford to pay. And I can be removed by a vote.
So can we. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a similarity there, Your Worship.
Yeah, other comments or questions or?
I do like the liaison idea. We used to do it for 3 years ago when I first got the council. There was right in front of the town hand there. They were non-voting. Just basically sat and listened. And if there's any questions directed to that, you know, it's too bad it's not like our, over the years, but it used to be a good relationship.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Deputy Mayor. The one thing I could add, I have a lot of experience with chambers of commerce, boards of trades, and building organizations. And I've built a lot of successful organizations. And I have absolutely no doubt that this will be successful because members are joining on numbers per day. So the community is reaching out, getting phenomenal support. I expected a few little shots, but so far, none.
Geographically, it's a big area, so how are you going to satisfy Weymouth, the islands, and the town of Digby?
Through communication, looking at satisfying their needs. We need to be in constant contact. I'm available every Tuesday morning from 9 till 10. Anybody can log on to our Zoom meeting that wants to communicate. And I'm reaching out. I've got a meeting on Wednesday with the Yarmouth Chamber of Commerce. The administrator and the president is likely to be on that meeting. And I believe that when you have the right reasons to do things and you have motivation and enthusiasm, it's infectious and it works. And that's what's going to happen. I promise you, there will be a time when you're really happy to see West Nova Chamber of Commerce working for the benefit of your community.
Well, find us some money for that project right there, or the one downtown, we'll be really happy.
Well, why can't we work together on it? I have a lot of connections, and I know a lot of developers. So I don't know enough about the project to comment, but I can tell you that we could use a lot of good projects around here. Claire just got a huge project, government funded, and my wife's first response was, well, why wasn't that Digby who got that?
What was it? Maybe we already have it.
Maybe.
If Claire just got it, we've already had it.
Pardon me?
If Claire just got it, we've already had it.
Okay.
Claire does.
Yes, they do. And they have a lot of respect.
So by initial setup and your expansion and getting established, you have any project in mind?
Could you repeat that, please?
So besides getting set up and initially getting established, you have a project in mind that you want to start up?
Yes, we call it the basket. The first basket is to get those road signs fixed. They're an embarrassment and they speak badly of Digby. We'd like to see what we can help in terms of downtown Digby beautification. We would like to talk about the parking lot. That's on one of our lists. We'd like to see why the Gilbert's Cove, Barton, Plimpton doesn't have a bypass. It's dangerous, and the businesses that are there, it's not safe to stop.
Well, that's phase 2 of their highway now. That's all designed and bought the land up. But
you're absolutely correct. And when I reviewed the plans, oh yeah, that's good. Well, as far as I could see from reading the plan, that there's no date set to doing anything. So we would like to jump up and down and scream and cry and beg and have a tantrum and lie on the floor and cry until we get one.
The last meeting, 20 years, 25 years.
oh no, it hasn't been that long. So I said
No, I say, that was their projection for the next phase is 20.
Yes, we just like to see a date put on that.
although that frequency of accidents on that road is lower than other roads. All that information I took.
Yeah.
1, 2, 4 of us attended to a lot of scenes on that. I know it's good. It's good. Communication is. I used to ask for Digby Airport train once in a while, and they did for a little while, and they lost their person. So.
Well, our council has discussed work sharing, so that it's not always me that has to attend. So we do feel that that this is very important, that we're in communication, and everybody has a limit to their abilities and resources, but together we can overcome mountains. I hope that answered your question.
We did.
Thank you.
I've never been part of a board of trade or the Chamber of Commerce. If no one else is interested in the liaison position, I'm happily.
Well, we're certainly interested, and it's really gratifying. I get calls out of the blue by our team, new ideas. And my style of management is you empower the people that were working with you. Being CEO doesn't mean I'm the boss, I'm the cheerleader. Yeah.
No, yeah, Tom? I guess, looking at your bylaws. So, just high level, look at them, but, so the intent is to cover BB County in entirety, which means.
Well, thank you for the question. As to the intent of what we want to cover, we want to cover Digby County, and where we overlap with other entities, we want to find common ground where we can work together in peace and harmony. We're not after their members. And we also want to reach beyond our borders, around the borders of Digby County, to work with other entities in the province of Nova Scotia. And I have no doubts we will work with the Halifax Board of Trade. Or Chamber, I forget whether they're Chamber or Board.
Yeah, is there a change?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I guess my concern is that, talking mainly, with the town at this point. But Weymouth and all that is in our jurisdiction.
I get that totally, and thank you for that, for clarification. We intend to work closely with the town of Digby and also work closely with the municipality and other areas as well. I think that it makes total sense. Like in some ways, we can reach out better than perhaps the town can. I think that I could be wrong, but I think that it can be and it certainly can be an extra voice for areas to work together. Nova Scotia will do better if we all work closely together.
Whoever has more.
Yes.
As an active body.
Yeah.
Claire's in the district, it's in the county, but district.
Yeah.
Culturally, they have their.
Yeah. See, and I'm looking at that and saying, I don't find anything about the other boards of trade challenging. And when I've spoken to them, we're saying, look, we're not after your members, but there's no reason we can't share benefits. And we're big on business member to member discounts. And there's no reason we can't work together and share.
Well, we wish you luck.
Thank you. And so again, what I'm hoping is that someone will attend our kickoff meeting. It's a special meeting for us. It's our first member meeting. Our first council meeting was exciting, and this is even more exciting because it's now feeling really real. We went out buying refreshments today, guessing on how many people are going to come. Yeah, so yeah, if we can have somebody attend, that's a formal request, and if we can have a liaison.
See, if we have any meetings that night.
Right. Okay. So that'll be good. So if it's okay, I'd like to sit in for a while and listen. And then if I start falling asleep or getting overly excited, I'll leave. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the minutes of June 19th, 2023. If I had a chance to look at those. We have a motion to approve. Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hi, Peter. I keep forgetting you're up there. The motion carried. Any no unfinished business? So we move into the CAO. Yeah, go ahead. Could be discussed. Could be discussed. Yeah. Oh, okay. The planning department, for the previous month, we had one development permit
94 Lighthouse Road, construction of deck. And there was one development agreement application processed for Victoria Street. Building department, there were 3 building permits, 81 Water Street for renovation commercial. 75 Prince William Street, renovation of residential. And 7 Birch Street, renovation of institutional. Fire inspections, follow up inspection at 111 Warwick Street, and no deficiencies were found. They complied with the inspection. Fire department responded to 16 calls during the previous month. 3 were mutual aid calls, 1 fill water bombers call, 7 alarm soundings, 1 EHS assist, 1 illegal burn, 1 chimney fire, and 3 motor vehicle collisions. Total calls were even at 8 in town and 8 in the district. Office of CAO. To let council know that I'll be on vacation from the 20th of July and return on the 3rd of August. DIC Shore Road. During the middle of June, DP and surrounding area had several rainy days, limiting visitors. The experience to enjoy trails and outdoor activities. The BRC staff were able to suggest scenic drives from the Everett Museum and the few local shops that DP has to offer. During heavier rainy days, the staff protected drive through Bear River and exploration of many shops in that before. The information center has received more travel material such as the provincial park guides, the Halifax guides, the Nova Scotia, the brochures, Natural History Museum cards, Africville brochures, along with a variety of accommodations nearby and throughout the valley, South Shore, and Yarmouth and Acadian shores. Owners of accommodations in the general area have stopped in to request for trail maps and DP area books. New brochure shall be arrived on July 12th. That allows visitors to view the entire book guide or brochure through clear plastic, which increases the information and content that visitors can see. Tourism. Tourists have expressed lots of interest in exploring DP Neck and Islands and the Maud Lewis House replica. Visitors have come from Germany, Switzerland, Ireland, England, and several states in the United States, most commonly Florida, Georgia, Virginia, and most of the Canadian provinces, but most prominently from Ontario and Quebec, arriving in RVs, vehicles, and or on motorbikes and bicycles. Visitor count from June 13th to July 13th is 912 visitors. But kept track of it. You can see. The most common comments or questions were, what are the cages by the ferry? And the interest in learning about farm salmon. And where is a good spot to camp for free?
Right there. The tourism numbers, are they compared to last year? Do you have comparison?
We probably do. I think they are down a little. Yeah. But thing is we're not getting as much walk-in traffic. It's rain for about 10 and the rain. 53 Mount Street Food Bank. So on the proceed of correspondence, Mr. Tibbetts requesting for the rent to be adjusted to $500 per month. Correspondence will be tabled at the whole council consideration. The RFP for engineering services for the Maddox Street upgrades closed on June 30th. Two proposals were received. The Wolf and Moore surveying for $100,100 plus HST, and Vigilant for $100,761 plus HST. The proposals were reviewed by the project steering team, project manager Matthew Bennett, Public Works Director Ed McCormick, Finance Director Matthew Raymond, and CEO Tom Ossinger, and are recommended to council that the design engineer for the Maddox project, Victoria Decay proposal received from Wolf and Moore surveying be awarded in the amount of $100,100 plus HST. Equipment purchase of a hybrid SUV. Tenders for the equipment was posted on the procurement site. It's closed on July 6th. Two tenders were received. Eloise Motors for 2023 plug-in Escape plug-in hybrid at $49,944.79, including HST, and the price includes the $6,500 rebate. Bruce Forward 2023 Escape plug-in hybrid, $50,465.38, including HST, also includes the rebate of $6,500. Tenders were reviewed by the Public Works Director, Ed McCormick, and CEO Tom Ossinger. The specs of both vehicles tendered were exactly the same, with the exception of color, and they're recommended to council to award the tender for the purchase of the hybrid SUV Eloise Motors in the amount of $49,079, including HST.
We can, ratify those now. We did that email.
Yeah, we did. We have to do it at council.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's, we're meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I get plugged in.
Yeah.
I just want to get in the report, I got the thing on the record, so. I won't object if you want to make a recommendation.
No, we can do that, yeah. We can do that. So I want to do the first there, the tender recommendation to council. We have a seconder? Any discussion on the tender, engineering? None? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. And the SUV.
Motion to, the purchase of the hybrid SUV development motors is gonna have $39,044.79, including engines.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? We can take that to be. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried.
Property listings, there have not been any offers at this point on lot on third. Tri-County Regional Planning Initiative, the proposed cost and draft intermunicipal agreement and project charter. I placed this information on the flag in the Tri-County Regional Planning Initiative /2023 for council review. I placed this as an agenda item on the whole agenda for council review and discussion. I met with Jeff Sunderland to discuss the initiative and appear to be on the same page. municipal housing needs assessment report. So the Department of Municipal Affairs and Housing have shared the municipal housing needs assessment report for the town of Digby on a confidential embargoed basis. The only request from our end is that not be shared only as necessary. And the folks who choose to share with do not share further and understand that it's embargoed. I have placed the report on the cloud for council's convenience under the form town Digby housing assessment.
I just add that I met with, just by chance, a contractor in Halifax who's in the area. Developer has bought some land near town and they're in the process of building 30 tiny homes. He was here to start. So they're requiring, well, they acquired the land, dealing with some of the land within this particular area. And that's their ultimate goal, to build 30 tiny homes. Any questions for Tom? Well, have a good vacation. If you ever get where you're going, we'll just take your key from down the hall. Okay. Director of Public Works.
Yeah. So Scotland DO decided to purchase 280 on the town hall on Public Works. Something that we feel is important when they get under our regular budget. So along with that, we've also purchased all the first aid kits for all of our buildings, from town hall, Public Works, main pump station, the VRV. And then bring it up to current standards and set in place by the province. Under streets, we put a 59 bag full patch around town. We have ordered 3 more kids, which are here, and the employees did put up more than on last Friday.
The bed that I know is going to call here, 51. St. Mary's, 51K. Okay. No, he said he called a few weeks ago.
Probably can't.
Yeah.
That one might. I'm sure it's best.
Oh, okay, well, he called today and said, just have a look at it. I don't know if it's on ours or on housing, so.
You'll see around the new bathrooms, we decided to install sod around them instead of trying to topsoil and seed. It's taking really, really well. We're very, very happy with it. So under equipment, we're still waiting for the parts for the 2015 5-ton and the 8-year replacement of the tractor. We had the water pump replacement with the backhoe, and 1-ton been inspected for another year. The 1-ton has to be inspected every year, just like the 5 tons. There's not a 2-year inspection on it because of the size of the truck, and they have several funding parts replaced. So under building maintenance capital projects, the mini home, I did ask the contractor that's moving the mini home to give us an extra 2 or 3 weeks so we could tidy up some things on the more level ground at the property. We did find a bit of dry rot on the outside of the walls and a couple spots, so we stripped the siding, replaced it to fix the dry rot, and we're gonna install new siding. The Digby Station General account has been ordered, and so has the kitchen cabinets. The downtown bathrooms, you're seeing move along with them. Electrician got the first one wired today and starting and should do the other one. So then we can get the inside insulated and get the tiles in there. Bandstand, everything's done except for the 2 rails going up to the bandstand. See what we have the cones on them. I think it's turned out really nice. Definitely nice grayish aggregate floor, so looks really good. I think Tom talked about the engineering for Mass Street and the SUV tender. And at 53 Mass Street, we did receive funding for the heat pumps downstairs. So it's three heat pumps, and they're going to cover about 57% of the cost in the bottom of the building. That's through 15 deals. At Digby Station, we've taken the floor up in the back bathroom, for the new plumbing unit. And the door is here for that bathroom also, so I anticipate that'll start next week, that bathroom. Working on the inside of it. Other personnel, all the employees of Public Works now have first aid, which includes, standard first aid with AED training. That's all full-time employees. And we have 3 summer students, one is new this year and 2 returning. And just so everybody is aware, we do have 1 employee that's off workers' compensation. He had a missed act at the backhoe, he slipped coming at the backhoe. And his sprained his ankle really bad. So he's on the lease notice. So right now, we are down somebody right now, so. The other thing I just wanted to discuss was the handout passed out there, everybody probably seen it. Basically, it's just ideas, what council would like to see on the outside of the bathrooms. We do at the front of the building where the door is, and then we have the other 3 walls, except for the one down by Shoreline Restaurant, there's 1 wall pointing towards the shoreline, so only that much space between them. So the pictures that were provided, it was something I believe that Councilor Sonia brought up. Yes, we originally got maybe some artwork, and then there was the idea of doing some memories of the past on the building. That it kind of fit. I think one that he brought up was maybe putting a picture of the old band thing on down by the bathroom of the new band. Just kind of got the CEO and I are looking for direction on what the council level see on it. Was always with Maud Lewis team and promo too. That's something the council would like. The picture on the top is an artist that actually does the work at Home Hardware, which is to give you an idea of what the artist is capable of doing.
It does a nice job.
So
I like the idea where they're located, use what was there, the old bandstand, that's the Manhattan Hotel, part of it's still there, across the road from the bandstand.
Yeah.
And the Digby Motors or Central Motors is about where the parking lot is.
that's the one that,
Kind of things that were in that area.
yeah, is that the one that I provided, or is that?
Central Motors.
Is that the one that's downstairs? The picture downstairs on the wall.
Yeah, no, that's where Digby Marine is
That's
now.
right.
But there was Digby Motors and Central Motors. I have original plots that I have.
So if there's other pictures too that anybody's interested, then please bring them to us.
And another picture of the band,
Yeah. Find that, and then you can give it a direction, what we'd like to see, which wall we'd like to see them on. And I think it's a great idea because, it's memories of the past. It's kind of a theme, and it's a good word for it. So, great. Go ahead.
No, I just tell Peter I found a picture of Ocean View gas station and hotel. Yeah, something new, downtown.
Council Turnbull, the one by the pictures.
So did you do those on vinyl? Stick them right to it, or
Well, I think
you gonna go with the full glass?
they were on the also came around the building. I think they're probably not looking to do it. You probably get a good product, especially with the glazing over the top of it. It should never fade or anything. Really.
Yeah, the core, well, the vinyl, after UV protected, but eventually would fail. If you look at the Von Lewis stuff,
Yeah.
well, that's how long that went on.
Yeah, banners. Downtown banners.
Yeah.
Sure. You play it over your hand.
Yeah, the start to top.
Yeah, great. So, I kind of like the idea of taking right on. They would do a better job than the coating or off the steel. So the only thing we'll have to ask that is next product if it will work properly. For what we need.
So the front door. We have no top, like catalog, like the washroom,
We probably are gonna have to have something. Because we're gonna have to put on there that they're open from 8 in the morning until 8 at night, then they close. That's when the farmer's gonna lock the doors and nobody can get in.
Well, you did the nylon front door, like they did, I trying that in, but the pictures on it too.
Yeah, and you probably could. There's something else that Colin and I talked about was, you know, you could put on the front of it a public bathroom, but would you rather have something exploding on it?
That's what I mean, like.
Relate to a public bathroom, right? Just,
Like the old was, just that.
there you go, right?
I
Then,
can still want public washroom.
yeah, it doesn't have to be this big,
Yeah.
right? Just something different, just something to throw there, right?
There you have the image of how we keep it up.
There you go.
I've invited a few, that were quite vocal about the ribbon cutting, so I'm not sure.
Just on and on to cleaning or.
So this one here, what I provided you, one does one person, and Larry Lee, and I called him, he called me back, we keep bouncing back and forth, so just to get a price.
There's a lot to the valley.
Yeah.
Did he do it for you? He did somebody,
He does, it's still needs to.
Yeah, totally. Oh, yes, he does, I suppose those first. Harry, yeah, Harry sucks. Always has window sticks that he gets in.
Anyway, just think about it and let Tom know what you like, so we can.
Yeah.
Price my deal.
Yeah. Bulletin board, I don't know, what's the like on the middle.
And, well, and there's not room by both of them, that we can put something in the ground too. Where you can put it behind it, because we are, put a garbage can back down at 52nd, which would be a little bit down from the bathroom. So you would put it, you probably could, yes, yeah, you probably could have it, yes. I just thought it would give, it's more for towns usage, so we can put our stuff right there, is what we were thinking. So, it is good, and with the VIC out there, and the VIC.
I think it'd be a little awkward for people putting it right on the front of the building and coming and going. Yeah, you saw the kerfuffle over just the fact that they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things, fine opportunity for
So we give ourselves a deadline. Have everything out by 2 weeks from now, council, or just, yeah,
That fair.
because if nothing, is that too late or? That way you get it done. Yeah, that was made with this 2 weeks again, so. But I sent the article with CBC had public washrooms and the North American hang up. I think I sent it to everybody, but they're so common everywhere else. Here, we just. Okay.
The other thing I had was the old typing property. Did everybody have a chance to look at the plans? That they come in? Was there any questions on it? Meeting with the engineering forum, just to discuss everything. So I have been in contact with CARB. They have up to $10,000 for us for this year to do the planning at CARB. But it has to be spent this year. So. Does anybody have any concerns with the layout of the park or anything we're missing or?
Well, you have my full page proposal and.
Yeah, which we did, but not what all, but that, now you probably see there's a hedge on, there was hospital instead of a path around. So we couldn't get the grading that we needed, to keep the path fully acceptable. And with the slope of the bank and everything, but the bottom line, so that's why it's not there. So the other one, you can see how we incorporated into it. You know, there's not room for it instead of grading, but sometimes it's flat. I can definitely ask Steve, but Steve, how big is the plan?
Well, it doesn't have to be a stage, that it's a natural event.
Yeah. I'm thinking on the back part of the intersection. Yeah.
It's something that would be there, it's state measure, like.
Chase. Yeah.
Just back to the Shore Road culvert. Are we gonna get any prevention funding? That's, it's our road, it's their road that we need to spend money on.
He's doing the design, like they surveyed it, the design, and be able to cost it, then we have that option. That's
Yeah, that's,
no different than the previous year. So it's done, they don't have that option, but what the cost of, but everything.
any other questions for Rich?
I just want to know Mount Street. I read it, it's decision to. That's all better.
Definitely, yeah. My client is very, very good with the bag, and that's one in, I'm going to leave one back, with the little shot, that's what they want.
It is, was it possible for you to find a wider fee at right?
I mean, broad tracks, so what we looked at, we can. So we're the border line down King Street, behind the houses, just across from the drive track. We're gonna, put a path there, so that if pull a hose across the water, or bring it across the road, or put it on path and shut off. That girl, I've already talked about it, we set that.
So the water line to the other just gone or?
Yeah, there's nothing there at all. We got right down the piece of it. Which is nothing, and that's built by hand. Yeah.
I think I told you, anyway, Graham McBride spoke to me about the park. The park's named after his father. Sure, he likes what he's seeing starting to happen. Because it was, getting divided.
And it wasn't, it's, I guess we're on year number 3 of what we really started to do there.
Yeah.
So just taking our time, spend a little bit here and there. So.
And he was actually going to make donations. Yeah, it was part.
The only question I have is to the trailer. To the lay project.
I'm gonna say no.
I know they were.
Yeah, I talked to Kevin, and he was inspection center down. They've gone back, and you pay the extra $100 to inspect things there. So, they hired a whole bunch of people. So it really helped. So they had a lot of pressure on it. Yeah, they clean that whole zone. Yeah, but yeah, I give this all it's 50. So, which is good. Hook up a little bit longer. Connections.
Okay. Nothing else, then we'll move on to Director of Finance is not here tonight, so if anybody's got any questions, towards Tom. We're broke, just want to get that up here to the Southwest Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, it does, it look a little better, yeah.
Very good.
Huh?
Very good.
Yeah. Well, $64,000.
Yeah. The bills coming in, not, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Either the end of it, that's what you mean.
And you'll get more and more.
Yeah.
I don't think I had one that comes by mail. It's all electronic. It's easy to say, you can see it. Okay. Special constable.
Dangerous landscaping report, 82 St. George Street, property owner indicated they would soon start the project. The simple slope in the land towards the neighbor's property to save some money, or possibly install a fence. Follow up on the situation would be required along with the property and what fence to be done. 56 Water Street, property manager has estimated time to start date of June. Start repairs, contacted and reminded them that it would be a repair started by the week's July 7th in order to initiate repairs. 145 West Street, dangerous and unsightly violation under investigation will require additional time to properly and safely resolve the complaint into the current. 77 Montague Road, building was completely removed by June 30th, but the land cleared of all debris, the gravel laid started parking space. Property owner has removed all hazards from the area that can be properly safely over this time. That case is now closed. 144 Water Street, morning patrol of the Water Street area, the site appears to be part of the data. However, any applications in the area of property is developed. The owners that they will sell the I advise that the meantime of the area is required to be secure and prevent anyone entry and also prevent inclusive breed from any fear more than 5 minutes. Everything must be done. Any questions?
On the 82. Seems a long time to get something there.
Yeah.
5, 6 months is long.
It is unless I can approach the person who says they're fine with the violation, pay the bill, and that's kind of the indication on things too. Unfortunately, sometimes a slower method of being supposed to ensure that it actually gets done, and that's my whole anyway.
We still have rodent problems. We still have rodent problems down there.
Over in problems all across the town, I think it's worse that way. It's much worse for sure. It's not like the property has been forgotten about, but the property owner indicated that it was not easily able to find contractors whose work. Now, pretty sure that kind of been all across the board. Everybody's having a hard time finding contractors.
I understand that. But property, he enjoys his property up top, but they can't enjoy the property down below.
Fair enough.
It's just
And it will be monitored, sure that they do something for it. He does have a deadline. It wasn't mentioned in this report, but they are definitely said to have something done by the 1st of September. You know, I had instructed the property owner that should not do anything the 1st of September. He will be subject to the order because it will happen. Yeah. And we will have gone through the entire process. So, with no motions, we'll have to do it. And then would be required steps moving forward. Until that time, we're trying to work nicely with the property owner to see if we can get that done, so that it doesn't result just fine in this case. So that's the end of it. So kind of my approach thus far. It's worked in other places, so I'm gonna hope that we're on this case. Time will tell.
Well, just to add to that file, the neighbor has contacted me. Speak tonight. So to discuss this issue. I haven't told him more yet. It just happened. It just happened.
As long as you guys know, that's fine. The other than that, any other questions or dangerous on site issue? No, I haven't approached that one as of yet. With the other ones that have been on the list, I've kind of been addressing those, but traveling so from will definitely be something under review for sure. But I bet when I open that door, there's going to be a lot of other things that I'm going to decide from the traveling so much. So I have to make sure when I approach that one, I have all the ducks in a row kind of things. Yes, intent. Yeah, but even then, I've got to make sure I've got the reason to look in the window, or else that's not exactly a good thing to do, just walk around. So, and any other questions concerning the dangers in the segment?
Is it there?
Protective services. CCTV report, there's no concerns or issues to report. All camera systems are working at that time. Parking control, there's 22 parking tickets issued at the time of the report, 5 of them were paid. Civic address, there was nothing to report at the time. Dog control, I had escorted a large dog off the east side from 117 First Avenue. Owner was reminded to keep dog in the boundaries of the property. 92 Church Street received a complaint about an abused dog excessively dark and being kept in a confined location. Investigated the claim and found the dog in good health and full run of the apartment. This time the complaint against the dog owner appears to be false. Crossing guards, last day for crossing guards between the 30th worked for 2 in September. Vending license, 2 issued at that time, and 1 vending license issued. Taxi license, there's 1 cab owner who had a new car inspected for use. Petition that has been signed with CAP the number of taxi cab businesses in town. Still waiting on an additional document from the cab owners to support the request. Solid waste management, municipal housing. Currently, a few municipal housing units have no waste storage available on site, external waste storage anyway. At the time of this report, there have been several attempts to have in-person contact with the municipal housing. At that time, there was no luck. Since then, I've actually had a chance to speak with them. So there'll be additional information provided in that report regarding their solid waste concerns. King Street, lot 14 and 15, lots declared by public works and the local contractor, which is property was sent to the property owner when this work is complete. Currently waiting on work to commence due to our excessive rain problems that we having. 145 West Street, currently the property is still under investigation. Building department and student safety have been on site to assess the current situation. Bylaw will do an inspection of the exterior of the site, verify progress until July 3rd. Order deadline July 7th. Further monitoring of the site will continue until the case is closed. 61st William Street received an email complaining that the condition of the property is visible, commercial fishing because of that line around the area. Homeowner apologized and to have some health issues that prevented him from maintaining the upkeep. Asked me to give him a week. Stop by and check for progress after that. I think it would be one fine, so I would be back approximately a week. Since then, the site has been cleaned. So that is like, 190 Queen Street received a call complaint from some green bins, how they were not being properly sorted or emptied. Called the green bin, called the owner of the 190 Queen Street and reminded them of their the bylaws to make sure they sorted their waste properly and make sure bins were empty. 89 Sydney Street received a text message complaining that there was a solid waste loaded around the property. Went to investigate, found the area. The site was in violation of solid waste bylaw and group Davis site environment. They admitted to having health issues as well that prevented them from maintaining the area and agreed to any help I may be able to find them. Property will require more time to investigate if the actual overall condition of the property falls solely under solid waste or dangerous site as well. Further investigation is required. So the bylaw violations, King Street, lot 14 and 15, 135 West Street, 6 West Street, 190 Queen Street, 60 bylaws, 4 properties violations, 3 being monitored and clean up to commence, and there are 2 properties now currently under investigation. Is there any questions about the protective services report?
1450, that's across the high school. That's the only one that is thrown up. Yeah. Where they go in there, they have the little campsite.
It shows there's a good place in there, and scattered stuff down between the bushes. I think we all have to clear a lot, trash and all, just to kind of resolve the issue.
Questions?
It's pretty wet to get that done, it's like this, so. Dry stuff.
We issued the vending permit. I know they went out and do with the health inspector. When we do issue permits, do they not have to be permitted by the food inspectors?
If they're food.
Yeah.
They have to show up with,
Those certificates are put out before we give it to them.
and has some certain.
Apparently, there's a new rule now that have to have clean water. They had to have a lobster batch, so, just want to double check with the health inspector, and just make sure that, I don't know what's gonna happen in 12 days, or if they're in war for that. But, yeah, because they probably shut me down on the water, right? I know we're not responsible for issuing that, to find out what they need, before they get all these vendors sent away.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to get the health was. And that's what we,
Yeah.
That's what we asked for, is that
Oh, I understand that.
health permit, so they haven't got one then.
they'll have to have a campfire, man.
I mean, it's different for us doing it, organization down there,
Yeah.
just get off our head, right? We can't control that.
I know they're supposed to, under their umbrella vending license, they're supposed to adhere to our bylaw, 100%. So,
It's nice to know the factors on that.
I will, you know, with the,
You know, Officer Bass got the surveillance on $200 into the air, all that.
so in this, you're saying that basically prepare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions for Lori? Done, you're good to go? Cat,
So I will start with a very important project that we started this summer, the Clean Leadership Summer Intern. One of whom Chris mainly worked with Ed, with the Public Works Department. However, when it comes to their educational projects, they are doing them together with the interns that are under my supervision. So the girls are Amanda and Deborah, and their positions are called Tourism and Active Transportation Ambassadors. They primarily work outside. Service areas are the promenade, so the key tourism outdoor areas, Admiral's Walk, Promenade, and besides the old VIC there. What they're doing is they're offering tourist brochures that we have updated with trails and more like tourism sites and directions where they can go. So I kind of enrich the existing map with those. And we're using those at the Visitor Information Center too. But the girls are approaching tourists, they're offering brochures and information, directing them to the VICs needed, and they're also collecting stats. Now, you guys heard the stats from June, just to give you an idea, the girls only started collecting stats last week because they had their trainings and stuff. So total visitors that these two girls interviewed in 1 week is 367. So that will definitely boost our stats when we add them with the information.
do they ask if they've been to the VIC?
Well, yes, because
That's
obviously,
your question.
because then why would they be pointing the map? Yeah, the statistics is very interesting. I think it's very effective too, because they're actually getting everybody, not just those who go to the VIC. And that the VIC is kind of optional here, it goes off to the map and give them the stat sheet right away. I think it's pretty, and June wasn't so busy. July, I think now we're getting more visitors with all the festivals and stuff. So for the educational part, we went and learned, explored the trails, because their primary task is to promote ecotourism. And ecotourism and active transportation, well, that all goes to the trail, right? We want to promote the our trail in Dickville. We want to promote the Van Tassel Lake Park. So I brought them to the Van Tassel Lake Park so they know what they're promoting too. And also for the environmental aspect, I showed them the sites of our shoreline which are affected by erosion and, stuff like that. So they're also updating the social media on behalf of the Visitor Information Center. So they go out and take photos when it's not too busy with tourists in the morning, and just to boost the quality content by resharing the events that are happening in the area. Okay, so, and they're also backing up the staff at the VIC when needed. So they're usually scheduled Monday, Friday, but if the girls need some support on weekends, like Amanda and Deborah will be ready to back up. So for events, first of all, something that's not on my report is because I got the package late, actually very, very late, from African Nova Scotian Affairs to host Emancipation Day. So me and Leslie looked at the calendar, and the realistic date, because the request has been kind of late, is August 17th, which I believe is a Thursday. We're thinking of, doing it at the promenade stage or in case of rain at the Dixie Station, which will be available for that day. Leslie confirmed. I do have this year physical, help from the interest who will be helping me with the event, and it's in their job description, in their agenda, in leadership. However, the funds are low. The grant is the same as it's been all these years, $500. However, the price for the drummer went up, and I know that from the African Heritage Month. Basically, like, we only have barely enough for a drummer and maybe just for some beverages as refreshment. So,
I don't think food is all that.
yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. However, yes, I guess there are expectations, and absolutely agree. This kind of event is more about the cause other than getting people to come for, who don't really care and who are there just to food. I absolutely agree with you. However, it'd be nice to have something like that, or to have additional artists, because last year the artists that I had really, really, really wanted to come back because they're passionate about this event. So I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna reach out to Carmelita at Turning the Tide. She's also the community development coordinator for that organization, and she's involved with African American Affairs too. And maybe I'll see if we can get some sponsorship from here. I don't know if we have any problems. Anyways, so that's that. In regards to trail care event, that went great. Even though we had to postpone it due to the fires and everything that's been happening, but it did take place on June 20th before kids finished school. So the high school volunteers showed up, and we had some other people from the community who volunteered. We decorated the trail, and of course, the public works out. They're always such a great help. Thank you to them once again, and very accepted that. Yeah, so we decorated the trails we put 4 new benches that were sponsored by Transgender Trail. Also, the funds went towards paint. We had lots of painted rocks. Unfortunately, something that we didn't predict, kids did intend the rocks to stay on trail so that they can enjoy them as the decor. However, I didn't know there is a trend that some people go and take the rocks. So we were a little bit upset because that wasn't really what we planned. However, the part of the trail that's near the ocean there, parallel to Montefiore, everything's in place. But the part that's from Victoria Street, which I'm guessing is the most popular one, because all the rocks unfortunately disappeared. That said, sad news, I was kind of a little bit depressed about that. But then I got a call from this hobby club in the area. It's called Digby Rock. So it's just a bunch of local people who like to paint rocks, and they said, "Hey, Kat, well, we were like inspired by your project, and we would like to participate and make like more painted rocks." And they wanted to create a mural, which has become a trend in the city. So it's like a snake or a dragon, which has the snake has, and then anybody can put their rocks and like create a mural. So I suggest, because I did want to have another trail care event with our clean leadership students, I suggested to the group that they go ahead and make rocks, and that we install it beside the Admiral Digby Museum, which is going to be really good this summer. If we post the mural on social media, it will attract people to go to the museum, and also it'll be on the trail, which is also Transgender Trail, that little piece behind the museum, which we kind of forgot about with the kids. So, yeah, so there is already like big part of the snake is made and should be ready in August, so the community volunteers will be doing that, and I got a chance to talk to the museum, and they think it's a perfect idea, because they have this, little spot there that's right beside the trail and the parking lot, where the snake, so they're volunteers. And yeah, and I still have a couple of hats and stuff that Transcam the Trails that need to give out to volunteers to reward them for these initiatives. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's future trail. Additional duties, social media content management. We did a lot of photography with the kids. They really enjoyed it. We took some aerials to Lobster Bash. They really like doing that. So they can kind of see the map obviously from the camera. So training and supervising them as well as my duties, updating the, so yeah, the free ad placement is still in demand, so I'm still getting requests from businesses that are actually kind of low key and need promotion. I'm happy to see a lot of campgrounds submitting it, and I'm also expecting some more submissions this month for the and yeah, updated the maps and the brochure for the tourism staff that we're just strengthening on our printer right now, which is cheaper, and I like it more because on regular paper people can draw. Like the glossy paper is not recyclable, not good for the environment. Doesn't agree with the clean leadership kind of whole idea. And yeah, so we're cheaper and more environmental friendly with our simple paper map design, which is exactly the same, just not glossy.
With the brochure that you're handing out.
I guess I did update the website.
Yeah, well, it was pointed out too, you have to call days of morality, but you don't have to choose to have all in September.
Well,
The dates are set every year.
yeah, they were not really, usually when the dates are set, the girls will be able to tell them.
Well, the dates are usually set a year in advance, so everybody, those dates have been set for months and months.
When I built it, we weren't sure yet.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Just,
But
yeah.
which can be absolutely done
Easy,
any
yeah.
time, because I'm printing maps with them like almost every week, like, so it's not, yeah.
Any questions for, yeah, I attended the trail thing, they were excited to be there.
Oh, yes, and, sorry, Glenn, to interrupt you, the video of the event, because we have to make the video is uploaded to our channel. Please do check it out, and I think it's really cool if we spread the word about it. It'll help if you guys share the video, it'll help me, recruit more volunteers, just like we had the event with the 50 paint across as well.
Thank you very much. And you're good to go. So
Thank you.
I think all of you are actually, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Okay. In my TV screen, with the TV screen over somewhere, it's way back. I gotta do this too.
Monitor, so.
Perfect.
Get that? What was that?
Yeah, so they can use payment to play, whatever.
He's there. You're still there, Peter?
I mean,
There you go. Okay, we're moving to new business, healthy family medicine, weekend sponsorship. In the interest, I've attended this one time. The district bar, so I went to this. Yeah, yes. You interested in doing any sponsorship at all?
We do last time.
I think we just,
An ad or something?
no, there's no, they filled the place up full of, well, recruitment people. The last time was the district, I was there, and the foundation was there, had booths, other groups had booths. People from around the province trying to recruit doctors for that event. When you walk into the lobby, I don't know if you were around then,
How many years ago was it?
3 years, 4 years ago?
It's been like 4 years since I.
I know she did something for that ad or something in the program.
Yeah.
Had sponsors. Yeah.
Well, there's a whole list, there's what they're asking for, whether. So you can donate $10,000 right down to $250, which is the table.
Oh, we definitely don't.
We don't want. Well, that's what they're looking
Or
for.
navigate on it, seems.
She's already reached out to me that I'm giving reads the opening day or something. This came to us, not that.
Well, the navigator possibly be there representing both the town and the municipality.
Community Navigator would be there representing Health Foundation, which
Sure,
we
Health
sponsor.
Foundation, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, she's part of the organization, already researched, speak, yeah, she has it. So, yay, think about it. Bring it up again.
Probably be a good thing for sponsors and to hear and.
Yeah.
We do like to have doctor occasionally come to town.
So dinner is $250, then you go up from there. The table's $250, then you go up from
That was the first one.
there. Well,
The first one you said.
well, the least costly came to $250. There's $500 financial contribution, and then they go 1,500 to 10,000. This is something they put up to everybody around the world. Last time I was there was, Blair was there, Yarmouth was there, and other communities. The Valley were there, they all had their groups.
So it's Dignity Foundation, you know, or?
I don't think I can, let me check with Nancy, it doesn't sound like there's, well, there is a job fair, but that's $2,000. I'm sure they'll be there.
Yeah. Just wondering maybe they want some. Tourism wants to talk about food.
Oh, they will. They're designing video package specifically towards doctors that from this area, the foundation. So,
This we can support the foundation, I think it's better.
I'll ask Nancy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not until September.
Yeah. So we could give her them.
Yeah.
Say what would be the, well, we're giving them $30,000 now. Yeah,
Yeah, Larry,
yeah.
money that she's in, is fine for her.
Okay, I'll send a message to Nancy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Nancy is building a list of available rental, potential rentals, so if you know any, you can send them off to Nancy, she's just building a list. And she's discovered that there are some that aren't available, but they just don't put them on Facebook, stuff like that. Okay, I'll check with Nancy and bring back in 2 weeks. What's the best use of our people or money? Healthy eating policy. Makes me feel bad, I had a Christmas chicken sandwich. It's all right. Now you're gonna take that away from us, though?
No,
Oh, good.
this is basically streamlined somewhat.
Well,
The old policy shortened up and a little broader. And there's actually, there's links attached to it that go to updated information by Nova Scotia Health Authority, healthy eating and stuff like that, so you don't have to be changing, every time they change something, you don't have to change their healthy eating policies.
they The federal government had probably Canadian Health Food Guy on their website. Too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's different than the provincial one, but. Anybody read that? Feel bad about themselves? Or?
No, I see it's sponsored by Cokes.
Hey, listen, I went to a business in town that has Pepsi on the machine and it says made with real sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You guys get real sugar. It's not that.
So we're satisfied with this. If I didn't really know before we got here, we make a motion.
Motion to, send to council for approval.
Yep. Any discussion on it? We must all be off our rights. Okay, all those in favor of that motion, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? None. Regional planning. Oh. Yeah. Getting complicated, Tom, getting expensive.
Is that plan?
Tri-County Regional Planning.
Yeah.
Well, first year.
Yeah. Well, I guess, my take on this was not, that I really haven't been happy with this whole process. They want, well, not day one, but from the time that they started, the consultants were hired and the work that consultants did. I guess I got a little shy of, or worried, I guess, more shy, that this has the potential to be another empire. And it can be an empire building things. We haven't had a real good track record with any of our, or most of our regional initiatives. This one, it has the potential, and it's not addressing what I had hoped that it was going to address. It's going to hire planners. This group are spending all this money, proposed money on planners. There are no development officers. And no subdivision officers. Right, so we're still gonna pay for that over and above, right, what we've already what we would be spending here for planners. The other issue, Jeff and I both have concerns where Claire is not in on this initiative. They have been invited a couple of different times, but they've never been raised from day one. And that sort of isolates us from Yarmouth, Shelter counties, right? We got that gap. And
So have you talked to Claire at all, or?
I haven't talked
No.
in the conversation that I've been part of. It's been pretty clear that Stephane said that his council just did not want to be part of it, and at this particular time. So I know that our current planning situation is far from perfect, but we are making it work. And
Yeah,
I just can't see. The thing is, there's a board of directors that we're talking about here. There are just PAO. And then there's the someone's like the rent. LNR committee. And, which is gonna have political on it. I think that's the wrong thing, it's not, you know. The thing is, we're gonna be top heavy in governance and administration, not getting things done. The other issue is this initiative does not cover. It just does not cover the review and of our MPS and our LUB required. We're gonna have to pay for that on top of what we paid for the setting the plan and stuff, right? And right now, including our plan and review is budgeted approximately about 30 grand, 32 grand total. 6 grand of that is for the plan review. And which, when that's done, and we'll have to do that for another 3 or 4 or 5 years, right?
I was hoping that it would streamline the process to be a reasonable cost, is what else, but like you mentioned, our current situation isn't ideal. But I never thought it was because the planner drives the agenda. He sets the timelines, etc. But this doesn't sound like it's good.
No, I mean,
Could be a complicated process.
let's face it, there won't be a planner. I mean, if we join this, I can almost guarantee you, there will not be a planner in Beacon County.
No, it would come out of your.
They'll all be in Yarmouth or Shelburne counties. And we're gonna have to attend for self to wait until, you know,
Of course, Chris is not in Dignity County either, but.
no,
Yeah,
but the thing is,
I like to have a vocal presence here.
but I have noticed that lately that Chris is a little more accommodating than he used to be. But I think he knows that he's gonna, that he could be losing some of his clients. So Darrington's one of his clients. And if they go ahead,
Ideal for that region.
yeah, well, I mean, you know, the county of Shelburne, or the district of Shelburne, I should say, had no planning whatsoever. They're gonna start,
Yeah.
right?
They don't have any, so how do they use the outside source? Like,
They don't have anything, they don't have a plan, they don't have an LHP, right? But now they have to, it's the new legislation, right? Every unit has to have a basic plan, MPS, planning strategy, and an LHP. And then you can go by community or what can enhance it by community.
yeah,
Would you kind of recommend that we can't take part?
we're not at a decision point yet, but it doesn't sound like.
Well, I think they haven't been pushing it, because, you know, Shelburne and I'm busy with their fires and things like that. But I think, there was an email that went around last week, wanted to know whether anybody's taking it to the council yet. So this is why I wanted to bring this, and so that you guys can review those documents and, but, at this point,
Well, I guess you could tell them we're concerned about the development side, the subdivision side, and maybe the lack of proportional representation, like
years. And I can't see it.
And the cost, if we're gonna be paying Chris, we're gonna pay this, and then on top of that, we're gonna continue paying for. There's a project like Victoria Street. We had to have Chris involved in that as a development officer.
No, that's
You-
the plan.
As a planner, you were the development officer. But so there's time and cost there, and that's gonna continue.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at it, thought the same thing, I think it goes, they would pay a lot of money, but they get 5%.
Yeah. If they appease us by putting a planning guy here, this office and the district office, that understood and knew, recognized Dixon County as, I shouldn't say a separate entity, but.
But they were somewhat cautious out of the rent, now we get.
Is it, what's the big program, district office,
Is that,
Kevin?
Evan, you know that?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I did know that.
But, you know, so we're gonna. And I know that the demand is gonna be for those units. The town of Yarmouth isn't involved either.
No,
They have their own plans environment. And, you know, quite frankly, that's another option that we
well, I was
may
just thinking
be able to explore that down the road with them. You know, if we need some expertise, planning expertise.
or
And,
what about Blair, or going that was like, you know, it all these various options.
Yeah.
You know,
Or,
Even if they're fees and opportunities, you know, nothing was said, that there weren't still, not down there and Joe and.
Yeah, if that's where your board is, and your employer is, that naturally you're just gonna, yeah, you're gonna leave that, right?
I mean, the Rand, that's where the Rand is, waste jet.
Yeah.
Where all the staff are, somewhere at the end of there and.
Well, you kind of get an idea of what our disclosures are, so relay them. See what the response is. In the meantime, we consider other options. Stay the way we are, or someday talk to Claire or Annapolis, so I don't know how Annapolis operates. Yeah. Anyway, so that's our feeling, send it off, tell Tom, you know, we got the same certainty and before we make any decision, financial decision. And if we said yes today, we were joining this organization, we would have started.
I don't know.
Well, it's just because there's gonna be an overlap, like we have with some of the developments that are underway now, Chris is the planner on some of these developments. And we'll stay involved for a while. Yeah. Yeah, I tell them we have the same.
And, you know, the other thing is. I haven't, with Chris, he has. Hired a young lady.
Yeah.
Last couple of times, so. Not, hopefully, it's gonna be long term. And that means some workload would be better.
Yeah, what's your name? Anduchen? Anduchen? Anduchen. Okay, so no hard concerns, Tom. It's gonna be a meeting.
So, although, I know, that you don't send them an email like.
Yeah.
And, but I think Jeff is pretty much gonna. Say the same things that I express the same concerns that I've expressed. And he's been on the steering committee from the start, and he's not been happy, especially results. We could have, CEOs could sit down and done the exact same thing that they did and save us all a bunch of money.
Okay. H4.
There is a official request from the Skull Face community for the mayor and council to be in the Ninth Street Parade on August the 12th. So it'll be parade marshal and then whether or not we're fire trucks and then parade. But that's an official request.
I've always avoided sitting there. I've always, yeah,
Fire trucks before kids.
yeah, fire truck before we get that. August the 12th.
Well, we have our new, hybrid, but then we could.
Squeeze in there, we can put 5 in there, we'd be comfy still, please. Keep the windows up.
That's
So-
what we recommend.
Okay, I'll check, see if I'm available, I'm just looking. Yeah, we run, I get there, drive it down through town.
Yeah.
We'd love to do that. Yeah, so anybody wants to, we can talk about that too. You gotta let them, you know, decide by next week, because
Yeah.
we're gonna be 2 weeks after that.
I'd be fine being that. Yes, if the rest of you are gonna do that, I'll go.
Yeah,
Not going on my own though.
No.
I'm just like, you go a lot of crazy when I see the politicians there, and I'm just on that. Just,
No.
but I've been in the parade, different things, yeah.
But it's not about that, it's about showing up for the community. And I mean, almost every festival in the valley that you go through, the mayor and council are happening.
Somewhere's along, yeah, when I go to the open.
We used to be invited to the open. Having that, so maybe the opening, for us.
I can bring that back and suggest to
I know the mayor always speaks at it, but I know years ago, we were always invited to the opening, which we went anyway.
Yeah, you go. That's no question.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so if you want to go in, we make it within 2 weeks, maybe we can do something up, but make it fun, put us all in jail. suits or something. But anyway, yeah, I've done it, yeah, I've been in the parade.
Well, good, well, some of the boards, right, and Ivy's doing a float, Dark's doing a float, so Peter and I can probably go on Dark, so we can be on different floats, maybe it's not here.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
we'll make it happen, maybe we can,
Or if they let you speak first, call it Scallop Days Parade.
okay, yeah, we'll, okay, that's the last item on that. No, it wasn't.
Or I meant to bring it up when, Orly was, doing the protective services. On Thursday night, we had an attempted break-in a town hall. Or what we thought was an attempt according to the person responsible, so now they were just being nosy. But, apparently, they tried all the doors and the front door somehow was left unlocked. But when they pulled the alarm was alarmed, but then they pulled the door open, the alarms were off. This was about 2 o'clock in the morning. They get Leslie to be able to come and respond. And, but
I was gonna suggest, you wanna change that, make it me or something, right?
Yeah.
Town admit,
I don't mind either, I'm good.
we go, well, yeah, we're in that.
Yeah, we can.
anyway,
I'm used to those.
Laura Lee done the complete report out, and she went to file her report with the RCMP. The RCMP could identify who the person was. Then they talked to, it was a youth. And had a chat with that youth. But anyway, I believe that I need another surveillance camera in the front entryway. They have one at the back, and that's how we got, because they were looking in with a flashlight and see it came out really well. It's fully described, there's the one right here. So you need one there in the front entryway for 2 reasons. That is the obvious reason. The other is also for security for, Leslie as well. Because if somebody comes in and they start getting, right, and that's what the one in the other office is for, but it won't, you'll see somebody out there, but it won't pick anybody out.
So just, I know I get called to the store, looking for possible break-in or stuff. This kind of, you become a dad, you don't know what to expect. Is there something she can get on her phone? Can we put something on her phone to show what's going on? Like sometimes you can, like home cameras, you can see what's going on.
No, you wire all these cameras. in.
Yeah, so maybe we should wire her phone, and if it's there, then she can hesitate or wait until the police come before she comes.
Okay, see, we have to, I didn't get a chance to talk to Tom today. Sorry, but Laura Lee and I talked about it last week. The RCMP don't get dispatched, like when the alarm goes here, they do not get dispatched, so that might be something that we're gonna talk to Tom about.
So if you answer the phone and they
Yeah.
call you.
Yeah.
You have that phone, you can say, just 1 second, no, there is someone there, please, send please.
Yeah, you can call. Once
Yeah.
you get.
You can make them dispatch, please.
I run the alarm system for the law. They call the police in,
Yeah. So if you had that on your phone, you can actually say to the company, no, there is someone on site, please send the RCMP. Then you wait until the RCMP.
Anyway, it was right, or the Laura Lee's recommendation, develop mine. With another, camera. And, but signing up, make people be a little bit more respectful. Like if they're, majority of them aren't, but, maybe if, certain of our frequent flyer people know that they're on camera, that not frequent. That's so much.
a couple of them come in with the cameras on.
So did you wanna change the personnel for that?
You
Do
can
you
have
want
it.
something else? Do you want it or?
Well, the thing that.
I am pretty sure.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't mind either.
Yeah. So Laura Lee is the first contact, actually, which is. Like, yeah, and so she didn't hear the phone apparently, and so they couldn't get an answer from her. But Leslie is the second one on the list. So we can, before it wasn't, when Bruce was here and Richard was here, Richard was the primary one actually ever. And I was on the list, but I got a ferry ride. 20 minutes. Yeah.
Now you got 4 of us right now, so.
Yeah, we're close enough to get all.
Maybe 9
They all come together.
Yeah, fun, but I'll take an off one, then we'll take one and.
I kept learning off over here, but they called, wait for the phone. Hello, how are you? What's the secret word? I said, I don't know what the secret word is. So I talked to bring down and, okay, what we said. Yeah.
We got our alarm go off the other week, set it up on the phone, and the alarm's just blaring, and they're like, can you give us your passcode, please? I'm like, I don't know my name right now, just turn it off. Yeah. They're like, passcode, please.
Oh, they will.
No, at the same time, that somebody, one of our people dealing with the flies, opened up the back door, and we hadn't turned off the alarm for the back door yet. And, that was really loud.
So she discovered a problem with ours because
I was upstairs in my office finishing up paperwork and everybody was in hurry to go to the golf course and I came downstairs, the store was locked up, everybody was going. I set it off, but nothing, I heard nothing, I thought, so this is not right, it's the alarm going up, but I really don't have anybody the outside alarm system.
Yeah, we used to. The part about setting that all the time, because we drew the pressure down and the hydrant.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, we go to the alarm and start going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, that was mainly saying. Camera for that area.
Yeah, you can put a little webcam there too, watch it roll.
Yeah. Got her phone and she needs one of us.
Well, I think we should be able to, that system, that you can through Wi-Fi, you can.
Yes.
You just gotta look at it on your phone, and then anybody that gets the phone call can
Look
you're
at
gonna- and look at it and say, oh, it doesn't look like there's anybody in here.
But if you get that. You call the police, say,
Yeah.
you don't commit by yourself.
No.
You say, I'm going in, you call the
Are you
police.
saying I can't?
No, I'm just
No.
worried about
She's
you.
not seeing me great.
But I'm really worried about you trying to use the map on your phone. Especially on an iPhone. Anyway, we need a motion with camera.
So,
Second, all those in favor, say aye. Aye, Norm, camera, give me your food back, you sent a letter asking for rent. They pay us $500 a month rent, what do we wanna do with that? I want to put a motion forward?
I'll make a motion. That. Commencing August 1st. We bank to pay $4,500 of tax. Till December 31st. That covers August to December 31st. And starting January 1st, at the full amount of the $916. Well, they just. Oh, we're giving them half price. This year, because he owes us 5 or 6 months rent. Forgive the past, move on.
Okay, I'll second that.
There would be an agreement to work with us on providing financial statements, at that time.
Yeah, make it a requirement as per the, like the grants program. It has to be the same way that everyone else is.
Any other discussion on it? Councilor Turnbull,
I guess my better judgment, yeah.
all those in favor of that motion say aye.
Uh,
I,
Any those nay?
Yay.
Motion is carried.
I can make another motion. That, the rent's not paid, 9/16. January 1st. That we give the appropriate space for appropriate money he wants to pay.
I think we need to do some math on that. Work that out first before you put that forward.
Between that
Yeah,
and now,
but I know what
in
you're saying.
January, we'll have some hard numbers on salaries.
Yeah.
Okay. With the second, it never get through. Last thing on the agenda? That was it? Anybody? Motion for adjournment?
Yeah.
Second to that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I.
8 days.